You've seen the signs. Do not eat. Remove before driving. This is not a step. You've always assumed that someone out there was just a little too curious. Today, we meet the evidence. 10 rules, 10 origin stories, one anonymous legend behind each of them. Let's get into it. Every rule has an origin story, and it is almost never a noble one. Somewhere behind every warning label, every laminated sign, every please don't do this, there is one person, one specific human being who looked at a perfectly normal object or situation and thought, what if I didn't? Today, we're counting down 10 things that are only rules because somebody at some point actually tried the alternative. We don't know their names. We will never know their names. But we live in a world that they built. Let's start with number 10. You're in a hotel room. Somewhere out there, a traveler checked in, looked at that little metal sprinkler head on the ceiling and thought, you know what that is? A coat hook, a free ceiling mounted coat hook. Here's the thing, fire sprinkler heads are held back by a tiny glass bulb or a metal link, and it does not take much to set one off. One damp shirt with a little weight to it, and suddenly, the room and the 3 rooms below it are getting an indoor rainstorm. Thousands of gallons, ruined ceilings, and a very memorable checkout. This is why in basically every hotel on Earth, there's now a laminated sign politely begging you not to treat the fire safety system like a closet. Number 9. Number 9 is the granddaddy of them all. The reason why your coffee cup has to tell you that coffee is hot. You already know this. Your ancestors knew this. Fire is hot, ice is cold, and coffee, a beverage made by pouring near boiling water over beans, is also hot. Yet every paper cup now comes with a printed warning, just in case the temperature of a hot drink catches you completely off guard. I'm not gonna relitigate the famous lawsuit here. I'll just say this. Somewhere a tiny printing press runs all day every day, printing the word hot across cups for people who ordered a hot drink. And we just have to live with that now. Number 8. This one lives on the sides of folding strollers. I need you to really sit with that for a second. Remove child before folding. That sentence actually exists, which means there's no other way to read this. At some point, a stroller engineer sat in a conference room and someone said, we have to put that in writing. And that reason that it had to be put in writing is that statistically, not removing the child first had become a thing. So now there's a warning. A warning that assumes the order of operations. Child out first, then fold. That was simply not obvious enough to enough people. And honestly, respect to whoever came up with that label. They saw the worst of humanity and responded with a calm, helpful sentence. Number 7. Pull the tag on a clothing iron and you may find a little picture. An iron, a shirt, and a human being inside the shirt, with a big red line through it. Don't iron carelessly. Not mind your fingers, specifically. Do not run a hot iron across clothing that is currently attached to your living body. That pictogram is a monument. It is a tiny memorial to someone who, running late one morning, made a decision so bold that it had to be illustrated, printed, and attached to every iron sold thereafter. Whoever you are, you changed the world. Just not in a good way. Number 6. Open a new pair of shoes, a bag of beef jerky, a shoebox, and you'll find that little white packet that says in stern capital letters, "Do not eat." Now, the packet was never food. It doesn't look like food. It doesn't smell like food. It is a small bag of beads whose entire job it is to be dry, and yet the label is in there, getting louder every year. Because somewhere down the line, it's obviously not food stopped being good enough. It's gone from packet to packet with text, a packet practically telling you, yelling at you. At this rate, the next version will just have tiny arms to slap the snack out of your hands. Number 5. Walk into a store like Spencer's or really any shop that sells underwear, swimwear, or let's just call them special novelty gifts, and you'll see it, the sign. All sales final on these items. That sign in the store is not meant to be unfriendly. The sign is a survivor. It exists because at some point, a real human being walked up to a real cash register holding some clearly used item and said the words, "I'd like to return this, please." And the employee at that register, wide-eyed, changed forever, went straight to a manager, and the manager said the sentence that bursts 1,000 rules. "We need a policy." So now there's a policy, and well, we are all in our own small way paying for that one person's confidence. Number 4. Climb almost any ladder and look at the very top. That little flat platform that is so clearly, so obviously a step, and printed right on it, this is not a step. The ladder is, at this point, openly arguing with you. It built a step-shaped surface at step height in a step-like location, and then had to label it because people kept standing on the one spot on the ladder specifically did not want them to stand. It's the architectural equivalent of leaving cookies on the counter with a note that says, "These are not cookies." Nobody believes the note, but legally the note has to be there. Number 3. On the cord tag of nearly every hairdryer, there's a warning: do not use while sleeping. And I want to gently point out the logistics of that. To violate this rule, you have to be asleep and operating a hairdryer at the same time. You need to be holding it. It would need to be running. Your hair would need to be drying, and you would need to be fully unconscious for all of it. That is not a warning, that's a riddle. And the fact that it made it onto the label means that somebody, somewhere achieved it, and the manufacturer decided the rest of us needed to be warned. Number 2. Have you ever pushed a shopping cart and then, just for a moment, hopped on the back to ride it like a scooter across the parking lot? Congratulations! You are a part of the reason number 2 exists. Stores have signs about it now. Some have painted lines. Some have carts with little locking wheels that seize up the second you leave the property, turning your getaway vehicle into a very heavy, very stuck metal box. All that infrastructure, all the signs, all the paint, the wheel locking technology traces back to the golden age of grown adults treating a parking lot like a skate park. We had fun. We lost the privileges, but the carts remember. And number 1. The reflective sunshade you put on your windshield to keep your car from becoming an oven. On the back of many of them, there's a warning: remove before driving. Think about what that warning is admitting. It's admitting that a person fully completed the steps of getting in the car, sitting down, buckling up, and starting the engine, while looking at a solid silver wall where the road should be and thought, yeah, this seems fine. Let's roll. That's our number 1. A warning label that exists for a driver who could not see, did not stop, and pressed on anyway. And honestly, that's a perfect note to end on, because every single rule in this video is just one sentence, because someone, somewhere did this thing. Now the rest of us get a label whenever we buy something or do something. So that's 10. 10 rules, 10 signs, 10 labels. And behind every single one of them, one anonymous legend who did the thing, so the rest of us would need to be warned. If you've ever read one of these labels and thought, who hurt you? Or who does that? Now you know. Somebody really did it. And honestly, we owe them a strange kind of thank you, I guess? If this made you smile, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments the most ridiculous warning label you've ever seen in your life. I'll read the best ones, and I'll make a video out of it. Until next time, we'll see you again at Storytime with Sean S. Now, YouTube is showing you another one of my videos that I made to make you laugh, relax, or inspire you. I'll see you over there. It's totally worth your time.